Hey, it's Mekton Heist. We are Sans Emilio due to 4th of July weekend. If you have any, my brain wants to go into other mode where I say things for work, for day job stuff. We are Sans Emilio, but we are all the rest of us are still here, continuing the story where we left it off last time, receiving a data pad. Um, Ooh, I am hearing myself in somebody else's. Okay, let's see. Okay. So, I am RPG Hour, aka NB Mecha Pilot, and officially announcing it on a stream. The TTRPGs that Mrs. and I are making, and with others that will decide to actually join us or whatever. Those are no longer under the umbrella of RPG Hour Studios. We have broken those off, and those are now under the name Dead Coast Games. So all of that is now going to be Dead Coast Games. And you can find that at Dead Coast Games on Twitter. And so everybody else can introduce themselves. Let's go Will, Mrs., and Ark. Oh, God. Son of a bitch. Will, Mrs., and Ark. And I'm going to be slightly muted for a minute.
Hi, I'm Will. My pronouns are he, him. You can find me on Twitter at William C. Allen. You can find the DM's Guild work that I've done as a writer for the first volume of the Eat the Rich anthology under that title on the website. If you want to check out the other editions, they are on Drive-Thru RPG. You can also find me on YouTube at Roll a Will Save, where I do Pokemon draft content that has nothing to do with tabletop role-playing games. Today I am playing Roost. What was the last name I came up with? Roost. We'll go with Roost until I remember it. He is a farmer far away from home with a grudge against the ironbound military complex. Just a middle-aged himbo who doesn't belong on a space adventure.
I'm Mrs. RPGHour. You can find me on Twitter at Our Adventures. I do stuff on the internet. Sorry, I just totally blanked. I am the host of Our Adventures, which is a differently formatted one-shot show that's part of the RPG Hour studio podcasts. And today I'm playing Bovine Holstein, a pilot as well, just like general pilot as well as mecha pilot. He's just here to have a good time, have an adventure, hang with the bros, and yeah.
Hi, I am Ark. I am he, him. I am going to be playing Penjani Sise today for you. You can find me on the internet at Ark Dragon Breath. I do a bunch of different stuff, streaming, which I should probably be better about talking. So we'll do that in the outros.
All right. One of your crewmates has basically come back. They gave you the tablet or the data pad that they had received, and then he said that he needed to go to work on something and has gone up to work on some stuff near the bridge. Y'all were left with this data pad. And I don't remember how y'all wanted to try and discover what was in it.
I believe what we were planning to do is that Penjani and Roost were going to try to go through the basic information that's on the data pad and try to discern if there's something hidden on it, like malware or a virus or something. We don't want to plug it in into any computer systems until we're sure that this thing is clean.
All right. So unfortunately, you discover that there is no way to actually get deep down into anything. It is pretty much locked out in a lot of ways. Um,
Okay, well, if that's the case, then I suppose we would just go through what information is just freely available. That's my understanding, that there is some that was just
so
something to access on it.
you're able to see the information on it, but you're not able to gain any kind of access to a root system with the system as it is set up. Um, there just seems to be no way to directly kind of jump in on it, so to speak.
Okay. Are we talking like? So I'm. This is like a data pad, right?
Yeah. Basically, so I'm using the term datapad. Think something like a small modern day tablet, a la like the Amazon Fire, something along those. It's very small. There's not a lot of like ports on it. But this one has like a very rudimentary OS on it, compared to like other stuff that you've seen. And there is a little bit of a weird texture. It looks like a logo or something could have potentially been burned off of this.
So
Stolen goods.
Yeah.
okay. So are you saying that in order to do anything with this, we're going to have to plug this into something?
Well, I think we can like work with the interface and just like on a basic level as far as just pulling up information, but we can't like get into it to see the operating system or if there's anything malicious in it.
Okay, that's fine. I think that if we're not able to hack this, then I just want to use it and see what's on it.
Oh yeah, no. The only way that you realize you can hack this is you're going to have to plug it into something. So you're either going to have to use a system that isn't directly attached to the main systems for the ship, which would be any of the Mektons, and basically operate it through there, or any of the computer systems and all of the stuff that's over in the corner that Penjani has been looking at. None of those computer systems are currently plugged into the mainframe for the ship.
Oh, okay.
So technically speaking, you could plug it into any of those, but you don't know what's on here, so it could potentially damage anything that's over there. Alternatively, the sleep pods that are available around a lot of the areas of the ship, that are also the ones in the med bay, they operate on a whole separate system, so that if the ship systems go down, their environment's still active and people can still receive healing or stasis.
That's smart. Okay. Well, Bovin's kind of like, we met these new pirates, and that was pretty cool. They gave us a thing, and that's pretty cool. But like, I want to do something. Like, we should go check some, like, let's go check out a town, or let's go find some locals and just like hang out. I mean, it's not like there's anything pressing that we need to do right now, right? We've got sweet new digs on this ship. I mean, we could fix it at some point, whatever. These little robots running around doing stuff. That's cool.
We do have the drones working on the repairs, but we're not going to be able to man this ship very effectively on our own. I think we need a crew. And unless you're wanting to go out and recruit those pirates that you spoke about, I reckon we probably
Actually, you do know this for a fact that you don't need any additional crew.
All
That
right.
was the purpose of.
Roost didn't say that.
That's what we were talking about early on. Is that the ship is, it doesn't need a crew. All of the robots are effectively the crew.
Oh no.
They are able to run a lot of systems and things like that. Basically, the only thing that you absolutely have to have is a pilot.
I'm essential.
There are bots that there are bots that can basically do pretty much everything. Now, if you want to run the systems down in the bottom bay area where y'all are in near engineering, like the Mekton manufacturing stuff, or operate anything special within like the security systems, or the hydroponics, if you want to do certain kinds of things. Some of it's automated, some of it's not. So there are some systems that need people, but they're not like 100% essential for the ship to run. The only thing that's needed for the ship to run is a pilot. While there are pilot bots that you can acquire, a lot of them are very expensive, and if they manage to get hacked, then you could be shut out of your ship completely, and not have and get flown into a sun or something.
Yeah, if no one else is gonna say it, I think having a couple extra people around would be a good thing, but mostly I just want to play with all the cool stuff we just found. It's amazing. Like oh man, I gotta tell you, I found all sorts of doodads, and like I found this thing. I don't even know what it does. I'm just so excited. Oh, I can't wait.
Every time that Penjani like clicks the buttons on it, a robot somewhere like switches like modes, and your characters don't see this, but like all of a sudden there's like a
Little robots having an identity crisis.
yeah, they'll be like super into doing things, and all of a sudden they'll be like melodramatic, like thespian, oh woe is me to mop the floor with only one bristle left, and it's basically changing the modes of the robots all over the ships. But for what y'all see, doesn't really seem to do anything.
All right. Well, I agree that it would be nice to have a few more not robots on the ship helping to do things. It would be good to flesh out. Plus, actually, you know what? Before he says that, can the Mektons run on autopilot? Is that a thing, or do they need a person pilot?
I think someone's getting in trouble. Hang on.
Uh-oh.
I can just like vaguely hear it in the distance.
Yes and no. Can a Mekton do that? Yes. Do these Mektons have those systems? You're not sure. It would be something that you'd have to go into each one and take a look at, which would take a period of time. But they would have to have an autopilot program installed, and or some type of robot assistant to help do so.
All right. Well, I see a few issues. One, we've got all these Mektons. We don't have enough pilots to run them to full capacity. That's potential wasted. This computer's got a lot of automated systems. It's got its robots, but we're locked out of a lot of it. It'd be good to find somebody who's specialized in hacking through Ironbound stuff. Maybe we can find somebody to talk to. Plus, I'd like some kitchen supplies.
Oh yeah, we were supposed to do that.
Yeah. Food is good. I like eating.
If we have to snack on just protein bars for the the next 7 months, so be it. But there's a city not too far off from where we're at that we could make a quick trip back and forth to, or back to and from.
I mean, as long as we get some like fresh bread, I would be really happy with that. That would be great.
Dude, if we just ate protein bars, I would get so swole.
Looking up and down.
I mean, you're pretty swole already.
What is so swole in your eyes? What is
Well, like-
where is the cap?
Well, like, I'm pretty good right now, but like, you always got to strive for those gains, and protein's really good for that, I heard, and like, making sure you eat lean. I don't know what that means, but yeah, you got to do that, and yeah, just
I'm just gonna
part of taking care of yourself.
All right, well, Bovine, I will not stop you from continuing to snack on protein bars, but I have no such interest. Does this ship have any kind of security system that we can set up? Because, well, I can just say this in character. I don't particularly feel comfortable about the three of, although I suppose Beta's working on something in the bridge that he was fairly dedicated to. So if nothing else, we can leave him to his task and make sure that there's somebody here to watch the ship.
Yeah. Did we ever get the security room opened up?
No. There are still quite a few rooms that are still locked down. They either need to fabricate the chips, which you did find among the stuff in there, a older style chip implanter, and a chip manufacturer. It is the chipsets do look a little bit older, but that is they are in line very much with a lot of the other chipsets that are available, so to speak, out in the verse.
Is the security room one of the doors that I think I would know how to access using my oxytorch?
Yes, it is one of those rooms. I think there's only 3 rooms left that y'all haven't fully gained access to. No, 2 rooms that y'all haven't fully gained access to, and the security is one of those.
Penjani, how long will it take to make one of those keys to get into the security room? Because if it's going to take too long, I suggest we just burn through the wall and access it that way.
Does Penjani actually know?
He's
doing calculations in his head.
So it'll take about 5 to 10 minutes to get the system set up. If somebody jumps into one of the Mektons, they can move it, get it in position to where it can be plugged in more easily. Or you can just bring over one of the batteries and just plug it in where it is, which would take even less time. And then you just have to roll a 15 or better on a programming check to program it to be able to access what needs to be accessed, or at least what you believe would need to be accessed, because y'all haven't actually gotten into the security room to verify everything yet. And then it would take mere seconds after it's printed to implant it. So roughly about a 20-minute shave off of trying to cut torch through to get to the other side.
Well, and you gotta pardon me because I'm not really a professional when it comes to a lot of this tech stuff. It's more of a side hobby sort of thing. But maybe 20 minutes.
All right, let's do that. No reason to go damaging material if we don't need to.
Yeah. Besides, I think so. I've never actually seen one of those portable fusion batteries work, so I'm actually really interested in seeing it. So I'm gonna, and he just kind of bounds away back down to go grab one of the batteries.
All right. Quick question. I am enroll on my Mekton character sheet that is partially broken. How do I get to my character sheet?
If you click the little icon at the top.
The die icon at the top.
Oh, okay. Thank you. I will follow Penjani.
Yeah, so, and he kind of like goes into like a history of fusion as he understands it from a physics perspective. And he'll just kind of talk about, like when it was first discovered and, some of the uses for it and, some of the interesting details about it that Penjani would certainly know that Ark definitely does not.
Roost doesn't make much comment, just lets Penjani talk. And he doesn't necessarily care, but some of the things that you're saying remind him a lot of what his grandfather would teach him when he was teaching him mechanics and engineering, and it makes him feel a little happy, a little nostalgic.
Bovine has no idea what you're talking about, but you're really excited, so he's really excited.
So yeah, so I mean, based on all that, it's really hard to keep like a fusion reaction in such a small enclosed space. So I'm actually really interested to see it in action. And after you, as they get to the door,
Roost will go in,
and Penjani will let everybody else go in before him, and then just kind of confidently like flare out the bottom of his trench coat and just kind of peacock strut over to it and take a look at the little portable fusion battery system.
You gotta kind of lean on it, slap it. You get so much energy out of one of these bad boys.
You are correct. Yes. All right. So I think.
So the systems are actually pretty simple. You basically just take it over. It's got like a little handle on the top, and you just like shove it in, turn it, and then there's like a little battery gauge on the side that, or like a little light up side that shows you like how full it is. And it only takes like about 30 seconds to fill up one of the smaller ones. That would be able to probably more than well enough power the devices that you're looking to.
All right, and if you just take this and push it in, give it a turn. Oh,
Is it something that looks big and heavy?
It's about the size of a small propane canister. A little bit bigger than the ones that you would use like under a barbecue grill. But it's not like a huge propane canister, but it is all metal.
Okay, so it looks heavy. So Bovin's like, hold on, I got this.
All right, and he'll just kind of
okay, now what do I do?
Yeah, he'll just kind of look and see. Yeah, it's nice. I like it a lot. All right. So, now that we've got that taken care of, that should be fine. And he just heads over. He starts walking back to where the fabricators are. Where are the fabricators located, actually? Make a note of that.
So the opposite side of the engineering area, there was all of those older machines that were just kind of, that's where those are.
Okay.
So basically the opposite side of the Mekton fabrication side.
Got it. Okay. So yeah, he'll Penjani will walk over and like point out where it needs to go and like orientation so that Bovine can slide it in there.
Oh yeah, Bovin's like picking it up, like flexing unnecessarily, like yeah.
Like throw it over your shoulder and like tense your arm unnecessarily.
Yeah.
Your biceps just.
You know,
He's-
I know you want to get more swole, but like you're really swole already. You know that, right?
If you bulk up too much, you're going to be unable to reach behind you. What are you going to do if the small your back itches?
Oh, I have a stick for that.
Fair, fair,
All right.
fair. So Penjani will once it's booted up, will. How is it, like a simple system, or is it like a little bit more involved?
Okay, so it's actually basically like a industrial 3D printer slash CNC machine. So it's like it's a big bulky machine, and the interface is kind of like old school, very much like this is meant to be functional, not pretty. So like there's no real like UI to it. It's basically like command line. But it's actually a very simple command line to operate through. There's a lot of prompts. It basically guides you. But you do need a programming of 15 to get the proper encoding for the chip. Ow.
All right. All right. Let's see if I remember this. And he'll start kind of looking through the system real quick, checking to see what he needs to do and how he needs to do it. And for as soon as I remember where I saw that, there we go. And ooh, there we go. And that is a 16.
All right.
Nice.
I saw the plus 11, and I thought that was your roll for a second. I'm like, oh no, he rolled a 1.
I did too. I was scared. So it pops out these little chips that basically look like tiny like wafer crackers. And then when you like pick it up, it pops out 4 little circular pieces. And the it looks like sort of like a medical injector that's part of the tool set on this device or on this machine. I just hope that nobody has a phobia of large needles because it is a large bore. Because it implants the whole of that little deal, right? But as soon as you load them in, it's just like, boom. Like, it's just, you feel the compressed air behind it, and it's underneath your skin. Like, it's more like a pinch.
All right, well, that's done. A lot less painful than I thought, given the... Anyway, who's next? He's just standing here with, I guess, a giant needle gun in his hand.
Oh,
I don't necessarily want to put any iron-bound tech in my body.
Well, I mean, I suppose you don't necessarily need to, but on the off chance that, anything happens, it would be much easier if it were implanted, so it can't be taken from us. We don't have to worry about refabricating things.
You are correct. I'm
Pretty sure
not
that's why
going to
they
put
do it
that
that
in my
way.
body.
All right.
As long as you are around, we can get through most doors.
Well, I intend to keep being around, so that's fine for me. Great. But you should probably, and I guess he'll unload the other 3 chips and just kind of hand them out.
Roost will go ahead and take it, probably with the intention to destroy it later or take it apart later safely. But he'll take 2. Roost's going to give 1 to Beta because he's not down here.
So does Bovine get it implanted or just take it?
Bovine.
Bovine.
But also, scary sharp thing has been put away. Bovin's much more comfortable. And yeah, just kind of like casually like does this thing and is like, I'll just take it. Not just you just hand it to me. It's fine.
Yeah, sure, no problem. And he'll just hand it over.
Yay.
Little kid. All right. So that should make it a little bit easier to get into some of these places.
They can't see you, baby.
So,
To the security room.
to the security room.
As you're exiting, anytime that you get near a panel, Penjani shows up, and you also notice something. It doesn't show you like it would for a Ironbound employee, but it does show that you have full access to everything. So there's no ID popping up. There's no any of that information. But anytime you're near a system, it does recognize you. No one else's name or information or anything like that is popping up when they are nearby. And you do happen to notice that systems are more responsive to you.
So do we like have to like hold it up to like the panels and the little chip thing up to the panels in order for it to
Do you attempt
recognize
that?
anything? Yeah, because Bovin wants to feel recognized too.
It doesn't work. It doesn't seem to register.
A big guy, you gotta inject the tech into you to get it to work that way.
Bovin looks at Roost. His voice cracks a little bit. You sure?
Pretty positive. That's why it's recognizing Penjani.
Yeah. And Penjani is like walking up and down the hall, and he's just like reaching out a hand and just making panels light up and like pulling it
Big
back.
guy, nobody says you have to. This is an optional thing.
So on the bottom floor, on the floor that you're on, when you're heading over towards the stairs or the lifts, whichever you're going to be taking, you do notice that as you walk by the launcher, which is kind of like right in that middle area where a lot of the lifts and everything is, you notice that the launcher pads that were unresponsive before actually are turned on. The launcher has like emergency lighting going all the way down, like a movie theater. Like you see these little yellow lights lighting up all the way. So it looks like the ship wants to respond to you, wants to operate for you. And you notice that sometimes you see like panels kind of like shift. So like a wall panel will all of a sudden pop open. Not fully pop open, but you could see where like it's ready that like you could pull it open and have like a whole set of controls and things.
I'm never gonna get. It's never gonna get old. I love this. All right.
It's basically like bzz, zzz, zzz, zzz. Like it like comes out each time. It's like little hydraulic systems going off.
All right. I should stop doing that. I don't want to mess anything up. All right. One more time.
Careful.
Just
Be
okay.
careful. One of those is going to pop out of the wall on us if you keep messing with them.
Will that really happen?
Probably not. But Ironbound's not exactly known for quality.
I mean, it works.
That's their motto.
No. So their products
motto is,
their products
it
are
worked.
quality. It's just they're industrial. There's
Roost,
no flair to them.
Will is aware of that information. Roost is talking shade.
Yeah. I mean, no offense. There's a reason why I was going to rob from the Ironbound as opposed to somebody else. I mean, it'll work just fine. It just not pretty, but
to the security room.
Yeah, let's go.
Oh yeah.
So on the second floor, as you are making your way towards the security room, the robots, anytime you're near one of them, they'll kind of continue what they're doing. But you'll notice the displays on them will change, and they will almost like they're ready to take more direct instruction from you than they were before. They're more responsive towards you.
Oh. You know, if you get stuck in a tube again, this might come in handy.
I don't think I'll get stuck in another tube. It's fine.
Yeah. To be
I
fair,
wasn't,
though, you
like-
did say you
I
want to be
wasn't
more
like
swole.
stuck per se. It was more just like I had I'd gotten myself like in a situation that I was having difficulty getting out of.
Fair.
You were, as they say, between a rock and a hard place. You were
Yeah,
between
he does
one
like
obstacle
he does
and
like
another.
flex.
You were incapable of moving backwards nor forwards. There's a word for that.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. Hey, Penjani, can you get this door open?
Don't mind me. And he just kind of lazily puts his arm out. Open
And nothing
sesame.
happens.
Did I?
It's an older model chip. It takes a second.
You get an error screen that says dm.exe has stopped working.
No, I didn't take my allergy pill today, so I'm choking.
Okay. I was right.
I'm gonna take mine out.
You
Oh yeah. Beginning of game reminder. Take your meds, drink your water, correct your posture.
which now that we are affiliate, now that this channel is affiliate, I need to start adding some of those kinds of things in there. But so as soon as you put your hand up towards it, the lights kind of change for a second. They flicker. The paneling on here, as you're looking at it, Roost, as you're looking at the paneling, you realize that, like, while you could have technically cut through, there are a lot more, like, panels that were recently welded over than any of the other doors. So you're not sure if you had potentially done something wrong, you could have been permanently locked out, or something else could have happened. As soon as the doors open up, you are greeted by a room that is roughly 40 degrees Fahrenheit. Unless you walk over towards any of the server racks. The server racks are probably about like 60, 70 degrees. And there's like about 20 server racks, and they are like full on just lights blazing. There are four computer setups, 2 at the end of each room. Where you walk in is like a little secondary security section. So once you all, or whoever is going in, you step into there. You can see everything through the plexiglass windows or the glass windows, whatever they are. And then the door shuts behind you. Then the door in front of you opens, and you're able to gain access to that area. There are a couple of zero-G suits in some containers on the walls. They appear to fit most humanoids. Probably won't fit Bovine or your beetle friend that you met not too long ago. They probably wouldn't fit them, but they'll fit pretty much most everybody else. There's also a couple of stun rifles. My brain just froze. So the way that it is that there's basically 4 groupings of 5 servers, and then there's 2 computers setups over towards the left, 2 over to the right. Each computer setup is about 8 screens. On the right hand side, it's 100% for security of the ship. It's got cameras. It's got the feeds for all the cameras across the ship. It has access that when you look over there, you can literally just push buttons to open and close doors, lock out different sections of the ship. You can lock out pretty much any section of the ship right there, close down areas.
Roost is gonna let Beta know share the information about the security room with Beta, and the plan that we're gonna probably head to the city soon, just so that he is aware that if something goes down, that these are the resources at his disposal.
Okay.
And I think Roost is also going to take one of the stun rifles.
Okay.
Can Penjani from the security room grant temporary access to everybody else, since he's currently the only person who's been chipped? Can he grant that access to the other 3?
What do you mean?
As in, like, have the other 3 of them recognized as I don't know, I guess authorized users or whatever?
Oh, because they don't have the chips implanted, there are certain rooms that are locked down to only recognize chips. You would have to bypass that, which is going to be a 25 on a programming check. So you can attempt it, but it's going to be a very high attempt because there's a lot of layers here to try and do this. Now you can unlock every door in the ship except for the security room doors. Those are the only ones that they still require a chip to go in and out. But you can actually make it so that all the doors will simply just open when somebody passes by.
Yeah.
If that is what you want to do.
He will definitely do that. He was more concerned, I guess, with making sure that whoever stayed back would have access to the security room if need be.
Yeah, that makes sense. So Beta would not be able to access it unless he had a chip.
Correct.
And we don't know if Emilio wants Beta to be chipped. You chip your dogs,
should always
guys.
chip your pets.
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay.
Wow.
Sorry.
That is more of an aside. That's just, you know.
Yeah, no, the security room, it's unlike all the other doors. Instead of just having a set of, hey, is this on lockdown and requiring a chip to get in or not? It requires multiple layers of encryption, or multiple layers of check-in. So your chip is required to check multiple times. There is no on-off for it. It is simply a, does chip recognize yes or no? Does chip recognize yes or no? So these doors are a little bit different. The war room, the doors will open, but none of the information or none of the things inside of the war room will be available to people. That is the other thing. So you can open the doors to the war room, but they will basically not recognize anybody as users without a chip.
Do any of the weapons require a chip to be operated?
The firearms, no. The Mektons are currently unlocked. but you do have the ability to lock them down to a specific set of chips.
So currently the Mektons can be used by anybody, but if we had chips, we could say only these chips have access to these Mektons.
Correct.
Okay. Well, is there any kind of automated security system besides the cameras? Like, are the robots in the ship capable of mounting a defense? Are there like auto turrets or something that we could that I guess Penjani could set while we were gone?
There's not exactly like auto turrets inside of the ship. There are some exterior weapons that can be set to friend or foe. You would need to basically program y'all into the system. So
Yep.
based on footage that's been gathered, you don't actually need chips or anything like that for this.
Oh,
Okay, that's good.
So
'cause,
it'll recognize you as basically like an ally of the ship. So this
Okay.
is for like off-world vendors and things like that that are on the ships a lot. And you can basically set your 4 faces, or Penjani's chip and your 4 faces. No roll is needed unless you want to clear any of the other faces that are currently logged in the ship.
can we unregister the other faces that are currently logged in the ship?
I think that's what he's saying.
Oh.
That would
Yeah.
require a roll to scrub Captain Jerkface and his crew.
Yes, with a
Yeah.
15,
No.
with a 15 check, you could unregister all vendors. Sorry, with a 10 or better, you can unregister all vendors, and with a 15 or better, you can unregister faces, which means that if the drones are set on protection outside, drones aren't going to recognize chips unless you're right up on them. So they will be able to protect the ship from a distance. Chips won't do anything. They won't have their faces recognized, which currently they're not set for friend or foe. The drones are just set for gathering information. But you can switch that to a friend or foe mode, and anytime that somebody other than y'all gets near the ship. But a 10 will erase vendors, and a 15 will erase anybody who is registered as crew for the ship.
I know we want to get on our way, but I feel like we should take care of this before we go. I'm not entirely convinced that Ironbound's not going to come chasing after the ship that they lost.
I fully expect them to.
All
I
right.
would really be surprised if they didn't come looking for us.
Penjani, you and I, let's scrub these faces, these names, these from the system, just in case the same crew comes after what they were stolen, what was
Yeah.
stolen from them.
Yeah.
Can we do like we did last time, and just I'll add my bonus to his role in assistance?
Are you muted?
I will definitely take another +1.
I was not muted, so like I said, I'm having
Oh.
issues with these headphones.
Right.
At least the light wasn't on showing I'm muted. Yes, you can go ahead and just let Penjani know your...
You get an extra +1.
All right.
I'm assuming it's programming.
Unless one of y'all has electronic warfare, which actually brings down the difficulties.
Let's-
Electronic warfare would be under expert. You would have to specially
Oh,
check
it's
it.
expert. Okay, yeah, I don't have that.
That would be a negatory for me. And
Bovin wants to help, or at least seem useful, so he's just gonna kind of stand over Penjani and like be like,
There is another set of computers on the opposite side of the room. They are not security system cameras. Instead, they are servers. So you're able to like access the information in the servers that aren't security requirement stuff. So you're able to like see like captain's logs and journals and all that kind of
Ooh.
stuff. Which I figure, with the way you've described your character, I figure that they would have found themselves looking around like, oh, hey, these two people are sitting at these computers. There's computers in the other room. I'll go sit over there.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
when you get over there, you realize, like, you're pulling it up and you're like, today the robots created protein bars, but they tasted awful. I'm pretty sure programming them with sarcastic natures was the worst thing that we could do, but maybe it'll help deter people from trying to steal the ship.
Absolutely.
I
Yeah.
made me regret my choices maybe a little bit, but it did not deter me.
Nah, no, Bovin's fully engrossed now. He's like getting all the hot goss.
All right.
Realizing that it's in reverse chronological order, so you like back page several times without reading, so you can read them in order.
Yeah.
Bovin would not realize this.
Uh-oh.
Penjani will take some time, and that is a 10, so I should be adding another one, right? I should be rolling another
Yeah, roll the die.
D10.
Yeah, just a flat D10, no bonuses on this one.
That was a really good roll.
That is a total of 28.
Golf clap. Golf clap for Penjani.
I didn't want to clap too loud in the mic, I was like,
How did you do that?
I got real lucky.
No. I mean, how did you just add an additional die to the roll without doing a whole new roll?
If you click on the die types, you can like click on it to add another one. So I just added another one and rolled one more.
Oh, okay.
sweet.
Roll is awesome.
That's a really cool feature. I
Yeah.
like that a lot.
Yeah, I do like that a lot.
Yeah, no, roll keeps it's like a never-ending bag of tricks, but all of them are good, not scary. Like a can of fake can of peanuts. So 28 is going to push you up by 2 target numbers. As I was saying before, like, your chip doesn't register as ironbound. It's the same technology, but it's not an ironbound chip. So you have 2 things that you can do here. You can deregister any ironbound chips, so any chips that are specifically ironbound will not have access to anything on this ship, or you can block all the specific people and things like that that have been previously on the ship, but also add yourself as an updated member, meaning that when the servers send back to or you could send a information spike back to the main servers, gaining yourself as an ironbound employee, and they would basically not know the difference.
Ooh,
So you can either completely deregister it as an ironbound ship, or add yourself as an employee and block all of the people that are on the ship currently.
That's a
Does
That's a hard
Penjani
choice.
share that this choice is available,
hard.
or does he keep it to himself and think about it?
I think you'll catch him just sitting there for a while, and he's just like, "Oh man,
Something wrong?
oh, sorry." No, actually, it's very opposite of wrong. So something's very right. We can. Okay, so we've got a couple options. We can either send a data spike back and basically put ourselves in the ironbound system, which would be
Actually, sorry, because you're the only one currently implanted, because you've got it's registered you as a person. You'd be able to change your information and mask it as ironbound, because currently it just shows you're using the same technology. Because they didn't implant theirs, they wouldn't be able to be added as well.
so I could 100% basically kind of squeeze myself into the system, which is very, very tempting. But it's a group operation, and what would be better than me spoofing being in the Ironbound would probably be taking the ship over completely. We can just scrub it from any Ironbound stuff, and just it would be
Make it no longer an ironbound system ship.
yeah. So it's a hard that's a hard one. It's a hard one because on the one hand, they're gonna come find us at some point. I don't know when, but they're coming after us eventually. But so locking them out is definitely the right play. But also, I would be able to get into all their fun stuff. They've got a lot of great stuff. It's hard
Just as a reminder, also, the little chip also operates as a bank thing, meaning that if you add yourself in, you get access to Ironbound funds.
Oh.
So you would
So
have access. You would be able to like do a whole lot, and there would be money, or you can completely shut them out.
So on the one hand, we'd have added security in that they wouldn't be able to easily take the ship back.
Right.
But on the other hand, we could basically steal their ship on their dime and do whatever the hell we wanted.
I mean, well, I could, but
theoretically, that's going to make it easier for them to find us. But on the other, Penjani, could you locate a specific officer in the Ironbound hierarchy if you had access to their system in full?
I mean, maybe. I mean, I guess theoretically, if I were part of the Ironbound and I had the right clearance, I could view the members. But that's not like a hay bale or a hay stack. That's like a whole like barn full of hay. It's a lot. Is that right? I mean, honestly, I've never actually seen hay in real life. Like there wasn't really any hay on the world where I grew up.
I mean, we would not stuff an entire barn full of hay, but I understand your comparison.
So you actually grew up? What was that like? Never mind. Okay, wait, no. Focus.
For a second,
it was simple and was nice. It was easier than this.
Well, I mean, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm not really I'm not like a farmer, so I don't, that doesn't sound easier to me. But it's probably more fun. You probably get outside more.
It's obviously overshadowed because Bovine is here, but Roost is actually, for a human, relatively built.
I forget. Roost is big too.
Yeah.
Just not Bovine big.
Roost is big for a human. He's just not Bovine.
I mean, oh man.
Bovine calls everybody else little dude except Roost.
Roost notices. Yeah.
Okay.
We should. Damn my temptations! We should scrub the ship from the systems. That's what we should do.
I know that's what we should do, but I mean, it's the iron. Like they've got all the stuff, man. They've got all the stuff.
We've got a lot of stuff, and
you
haven't even scratched the surface of all the stuff we have.
I know, but I'm going to.
And we can use this stuff. We could use this stuff to get access to more stuff. I'll tell you what, I'm not finished with Ironbound. You're going to have another opportunity.
Yo, we're lifting another ship?
We might, but I'm not making any promises.
Oh,
cool.
Man. Hey, man, what if we steal, 3 more, and then we all have our own ship? Oh, no. I mean, that's...
We're not fleet building right now, all right? Let's not get ahead of ourselves. Right now, we're focusing on survival. We are the prey.
Oh, I don't like the way that sounds. That's not nearly as much fun. No.
No, it is not. And we have a much better advantage if the hunter does not know where we are.
Yeah, I know. It's not about damn it.
They likely know where we are. They likely know the planet that we're on. But when they get to the planet, if we're not on the system, they won't be able to pinpoint us.
I'm scrubbing the Ironbound. I'm scrubbing the Ironbound. Oh.
Thank you, Penjani. I know this is a difficult thing for you to give up.
Oh, have you ever been stabbed?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't know if it's like that. I've never.
Roost pulls up the bottom of his shirt
But
and
it's the
reveals
first thing that came to mind.
There's like a big circular scar on his, like the right side of his stomach. Like,
oh, I mean, it's fine. Like, scars are okay. It's cool. It's just that's not what I thought was going to happen today.
Big Frank got me with one of his horns when I was about 22 or so.
Big Frank. Whom is Big Frank?
That was a big bull that we had on the farm.
Oh, you know, I'm going to be honest with you. It doesn't sound as much fun to farm.
I mean, sometimes you get gored. It happens.
Sometimes you get gored. That's not.
I lived.
Yes, you did. I am not the same size as either of you. Am I the same? I am much smaller than everybody here, aren't I?
You're only a little short. Beta's not particularly big.
I'm assuming that Beta is bigger than Penjani is, though.
I picture Beta as being like lean, muscular. So yeah, probably still bigger than you. Although your cloak, it's like butterfly wings. It makes you look more intimidating.
If I remember correctly, I think he said that he was the shortest one, but I think he's fit. He's
he's like runner fit.
Yeah. Penjani is he's very much a desk guy. Like it's very obvious that he's a desk guy.
Don't give Penjani a pipe in a bar fight. Let him hide.
Yeah, no, I just getting gored is not my thing.
I didn't enjoy it. It happened once, and I avoided it for the rest of my life.
All right, well,
are we showing off muscles? Dude, nice obliques. Check this out. Bovine lifts up his shirt and is just like,
Bovine wears a shirt? Honest to God, I thought that Bovine was just bare-chested this whole time.
Bovine wears a shirt because Bovine assumes that some people would be offended if Bovine did not wear a shirt. But as soon as there is any slight indication that the shirt can come off and it be acceptable, it's gone. It's like it never existed.
You know, that's a lot more self-control than I think Roost would baseline assume from Bovine. So you know what? Whenever that decision was made, Roost was a little proud of Bovine. Like, that's very considerate of others.
Also, if there's a fight, the shirt's gone because, you know, it's going to tear otherwise.
I mean this in the nicest way, but how do you get that big? I don't understand it.
Oh man, I still got a lot of work to do. You should see my brothers.
Your brothers are bigger? All right. Yeah, I'm just gonna finish scrubbing the iron. Just give me just.
All right.
Jesus.
Then we'll get moving to the city.
Oh man. Stars Almighty. He's so big. He'll spend the rest of the time it takes to finish scrubbing the Ironbound from just give the ship a nice clean coat to match the outside that has been scraped off as well.
So basically what happens is the system is looking for a name. It shows that it no longer has a name. It shows that it no longer that the only chip that it recognizes is yours. And it also shows that basically all the systems are now just registered to your chip. And technically speaking, because of the way that all four of those chips were made, if anybody else got one of those, the systems would recognize them as well.
On that note, now that the ship has been scrubbed from Ironbound system, Roost is willing to inject one of those.
Yeah, sure. I mean, well, I probably should have brought the I probably should have brought the needle, the injector.
We'll
Well,
swing by there before we get on the
Yeah.
ship to
I was
leave.
gonna say we
that's
probably
fine.
have to just because of where it's located. But
Mhm.
Bovin will do it as well because Bovin does not want to seem like he is scared.
Bovin, I want to reiterate, you don't have to do this.
No, it's cool, bro. It's cool. It's cool.
It's not a cowardice thing. It's not a measure of worth or any kind. It's just a convenience thing, but you don't have to do
No,
it.
I'm not scared.
All right. So I suppose we'll swing back to engineering, stab ourselves in the arm.
It can go anywhere. But you do have to remember wherever you put it. There are some of the sensors are gonna need to like have you basically like flush that area in there. So depending on like where, if you put it up in your shoulder, like you're gonna have to like bend down and like rub your shoulder, like get your shoulder close to some of these sensor areas. So most Ironbound folks, they get it like on the back of their hand, somewhere in that area.
Since Bovin's so big, can Bovin put it in his butt?
I'm sorry?
Like in your glute, you know?
Like on the cheek?
Yeah.
So
Bovin would turn around and just kind of pivot a little bit.
A little shimmy, a little twerk.
Technically, yes. However, what this means is that one, you have to convince Penjani to be willing to do that. Two, if you want to activate something, if y'all lock down the mechs so that they require this, you are literally going to have to put your butt up near a panel every time you want to start it up.
Just get some gymnastics in before you slide into the seat. It's like, huh? And then flip around and sit in the seat.
That's so good. All right, I guess it won't be going on my butt.
Roost will put it on the back of his hand.
I'm not saying you can't. I'm just letting you know that there are two things. That
Say the word.
There are gymnastics, but you have to convince Penjani. But apparently Penjani is okay for this. So
Penjani's like, yeah, I'll put it in your butt.
Yeah, that's fine.
Weirder things have happened.
Yeah. As a matter of fact, since Bovin is squeamish, he might just like wait till like, hey, what's that? And just.
Oh yeah, that'd be so easy to do.
Yeah. So he does. Oh, Bovin, can you reach for that right there?
Oh yeah, no worries.
Yeah, and then you just.
Here you go.
yeah,
Yeah,
you feel
great.
like you feel like when those birds are just like when some birds are really hovering around and hanging out, and sometimes they kind of like peck at your skin. It feels like that for a second.
You know that relatable thing that happens to everybody?
No. Cowinians sometimes like to work in the fields alongside of some folks that did not deviate in the same way as their generational way is. Not all.
So you're
cows.
saying the planet has cows?
Yeah.
There were cows and cow people.
They didn't all evolve. And sometimes when you're out in the field, sometimes, things like ducks and stuff like that will just come hang out and chill. And, sometimes they're a little more aggressive. But it's not too bad. You got a thick hide. Yeah.
Yeah. So that little spot there, that was it. Just just give it a like a little shimmy and
So I have a chip in my butt?
yeah.
And Johnny decided to stab it in the butt.
And
This is going to cause unforeseen consequences later.
best part is they're probably not going to go looking there. So, you'll be
That's actually very true.
yeah. So, I mean, just you get to dance every time you want to go into something. I think that's kind of cool.
So as y'all are walking up to the shuttle to take it out towards the city, anytime that y'all go through an area, like some of the panels and things like that react to y'all. But then you'll hear stuff behind Bovine like and and if Bovine like does like a 360, like a bunch of little things will like react, and
I feel like Bovin has cake, probably
Yeah.
little dump trucky.
I
There's a shelf
that was
down
in my
there.
head canon.
All right, so I uploaded my not so great map that I keep meaning to actually make an actual map. I put that on the Gilded server. So you're roughly about like 15-20 minutes away from the crash site, and then that's about another 10 minutes away from a farming community. So in roughly about 30 minutes, you could make it to one of the farming communities past the crash site of your potential new friends that left that data pad. Or you can go a different direction that's in the same direction as HII headquarters. At about 25 minutes away is another farming community, and then 25 minutes further would be HII. Or it would take about an hour, but you could hit the main city, the starport.
Roost is interested in the starport.
Okay.
What do you guys think?
Yeah.
Sure, that works. And Penjani will ask one of the drones to deliver the injector gun to Beta so that they don't have to go all the way back to where he is. Oh. It won't activate until he injects it, so it's okay.
Just let him know, like, here, take this thing.
Yeah. If you want to, you can inject it, and you'll have access to, stuff.
I figure we just inform Beta that,
Well, I mean, we also
what we did
communicators
about
now,
the ship.
yeah.
Well, yeah, what we did about the ship. It's like it's no longer on Ironbound systems.
Oh yeah, he gives like a awesome. That might help me save some time for what I'm doing, and like you hear some tools drop, and I don't know that I've ever actually heard Beta cuss, so I don't know if Beta would cuss if something dropped.
He's like a military boy. I don't think that, and he's a mix between a military like soldier boy and also a dog. So I don't think he would just cuss for no reason.
You hear some tools kind of like clang around, and he excuses himself from the communications. And so inside the shuttle, there's, like I said, there's 6 seats, and like a small cargo area. Technically speaking, you could fit about another like sorry, I'm trying to do math in my head now. That's you could do roughly about 16 more like commercial flight seats. And those are big enough to actually have like 16 Gurrens or Kalwinians in them. Technically, you get some of the real stacked, and they might have to like lift up the center bar in between 2 seats and take a 2-seater, but you could fit roughly about, so there's a good amount of space in the cargo section of that your little shuttle. The flight over is very uneventful, but y'all actually get to see some of the wildlife here in action. You see some of the fire-breathing foxes. You see some of the, and they really are large. Like they're about the size of lions that you've seen in some zoos. Like they're a very large creature. And then you also see the. I forgot their names, and I don't have that document up right now. You also see the ones that are able to like shift land around. You see, as they're kind of like going, they build like a small land bridge over a small creek, and they kind of like shift some things around a little bit. So you're actually able to see that in action as you're going. And as you fly over the crash site, you do see what looks like a bunch of stalls set up. And it looks like farmers are trading with those pirates that y'all met recently.
I think I'd be interested in stopping by on our way back to speak with them if y'all two don't mind.
Oh,
Yeah.
sweet. Yeah, no problem.
Sure.
Bovin's like waving at them. They can't see him, but he's still waving.
Oh no, you see a very enthusiastic Dart,
Yeah!
like outside, like waving.
That's my friend.
As you get to the exterior of the city, you're greeted with a, hi, yes, are you coming in to drop something off, pick something up? Are you here for leisure, or are you here for a day trip? Are you here for extended stay?
Business day trip.
Yes.
Okay,
he
business
said.
day trip. Are you looking more for our entertainment districts, our culinary
Ooh.
districts, or are you
Oh.
looking for more? What kind of trip are you having here today? I'm going to try and get you over to the best port to park at.
Bovin is stoked.
Travel supplies and potential crew recruitment.
Oh, we definitely have a bunch of temp agencies on, kind of all over. And for travel supplies, are you looking more for like, weekend in out in the sticks, or are you looking for more like, you know, um, going from planet to planet?
We're prepping for a longer voyage and looking to primarily supply up our kitchen.
Okay, if you'll head on over towards the northeast side of things, there's some ports over there. You'll see one with some purple triangles kind of floating above it. That'll be the one that you'll be able to land at. It'll be attached to a 25th floor area, and you'll be able to use our public transportation to get around. Thank you so much for visiting Sileni Prime.
Thank you very kindly.
I could get used to Sileni Prime. This is a
This
nice
place sounds
place.
awesome, guys.
Yeah. So the spaceport itself, when it was built, this planet wasn't actually. There was only a little bit of terraforming that happened because the majority of the planet was actually already habitable. The area that you're in was already habitable. They built the spaceport. There was ideas of it was going to be incorporated. It was going to be for this corporation or this government. And instead, the people that settled here just kind of were like, nah, we're good. We're going to keep it to ourselves. So they focused on the city and having, some transportation inside. And then they built like the ferry party barges. Well, originally those were just ferries for going out to the outer sticks, and now they're party barges. They've been retrofitted. But so inside the city, you don't actually need any kind of major vehicles to get you to and from anywhere, unless you're going to like a high up, like part of a building that has like a private pad to land on. There's train stations. There's moving walkways. There's lifts everywhere. There's multiple different kinds of tubes that'll take you around the place. So, oh, we lost Will.
Oh no.
Sorry, I turned
There
my
we go.
camera off for a second.
Oh, okay. As long as you're still there, I was worried you were gone. Like we.
Nope, I'm
Okay.
not dead. Still here.
So the section that you're in is kind of like a. It's not it's sort of touristy. It's basically like a giant shopping mall type of area. Um, there's a little robot that comes up to you and like displays like this 3D model of the buildings that you're nearby. And it shows you like there's like 2 theme parks here, 14 food courts, like 35 upscale restaurants. There's also like just outside of like this area, it also shows you like there's small like pocket communities. Like there's an entire area that's like just a group of Gurrens, so it's like Gurren cuisine, Gurren clothing, Gurren made goods, and it's imported from their home planet. And I mean, like it's you can see a lot of different species. Like they all have like their little sections right outside of the shopping area. The shopping area is like very much a like almost touristy, and then you get to those areas where they're more like home planet specific, and then as you go out just a little bit further, the outstretch of everything that's just a little bit beyond that is more like some of it's like cheap goods and some of it's like more manufacturing. So it's not exactly a touristy area, but it's definitely more of a, anybody that's not from the city, the farming communities, HII, things like that. Like this is where they would predominantly come to.
Damn it.
Bovin wants to go ride some rides.
Bovine, we are not here to ride on amusement parks.
Oh, come on. That'd be so much fun.
So one of the amusement parks, it's actually built for the kids here, but it's an all ages thing.
Yeah.
It introduces you, like they have sections that talk about like different people's home planets, and they have like they replicate theme park rides from those planets, or
Is this like It's a Small World on a large scale?
sort of.
Yeah.
But culturally sensitive.
Oh, okay.
No, like this is like the Gurren section is actually built by Gurrens. The Cowenian section is actually built by Cowenians. Like it was like a, hey, let's learn about each other's cultures, and it ended up like somehow or another, like a lot of people really got into it and was like, we used to have this ride on our planet where like it would spin you around a bunch of times and shoot you up, and then using gravity technology it would catch you again. Like so people started showing off like the really cool stuff from their
They're
home
like extreme
worlds.
theme parks and stuff.
Yeah, so like it's now like an extreme theme park, but like the schools use it to like introduce kids to different cultures and things.
Regardless of the species, gravity is always used for entertainment.
On the other side, though, the theme park is based on this world itself, and so it's basically like there's like fire rides and like there's a whole section where like the ground shifts and changes and morphs, and you're trying to like play laser tag on it, or like it's very much a like representing everything that's here, but like doing it in a ridiculously like not upscale, but like
Fun, exaggerated way.
Fun, exaggerated way. Yeah, exactly.
Nice.
So that's the two. There's the more educational one, which still has a lot of fun things at it, and then there's the one that's like, hey, we're trying not to completely, destroy this planet and take everything away from it. Let's remember what's cool about it and do it in a fun way so that you think about it in happiness.
Roost is gonna take one look at Bovin's longing face. All right. If y'all either want to go enjoy yourselves a little bit, it's been a stressful few days, go ahead. I'm going to go get some food supplies.
Come on, little dude. You think I'm big? Let's go check this place out. I'm going to show you some like really big dudes.
All right. I'm upset.
Why are you upset?
Just look at all this cool stuff. Working with a team sucks sometimes.
If anything goes wrong, hit me up on the communicator.
All right, I will. It's just, we could have done. I could have paid for everything.
You mean Ironbound could have paid for everything?
Exactly.
You're right. We could have enjoyed our last few days on this planet before Ironbound sent 5 ships to blow us up.
Yeah, right, fine, yeah, okay, yes, I know. Living, yeah, fun. Ooh.
Just so you know, the restaurants are all free. Transportation is all free. The theme parks are free. The only thing you're actually paying for is like physical items that you are like taking out of it. Like that's part of how they like
souvenirs and
souvenirs,
items you purchase.
If you're purchasing stuff for your ships and stuff like that, that stuff is sold. But like in and of itself, the city is predominantly like that. That's how they pay everything for the city is off, like selling stuff off world and stuff like that. So,
all right, Roost is going to go off and try to find somewhere to barter this this iron-bound stun rifle for some extra cash to buy food supplies to load on the ship.
Um, so as you're looking at the map, you don't really see anything. And as you're kind of inputting the data into the uh, basically mobile map, it shows you that on the opposite side of the city, it'll be about a 20-minute train ride. That there is a section that's more like it's like this sorry, planetary security, as well as like off-world for like some of the more militaristic types. It also has that's like where HII's like in-city headquarters is. And so there's a lot of those types that are over there. So that the stun rifle, you're probably gonna be able to offload it over there. Otherwise, it suggests you hit up one of the farming communities that you'd probably be able to more easily get it to somebody who actually would be needing or wanting something like that.
That makes sense. All right. Well, then in that case, you know what? Farming community, they probably have food, but that's just like they probably have just the basic food ingredients. So I suppose Roost is going to go shopping for some spices,
Oh, oh,
and probably try to keep close to the area that these two are in, if
I am
that's
so
possible.
sorry. 1 second, I forgot to mention this. We are at the start of a new session and a new day. So y'all all actually, if you haven't already spent all of your money, there is some actually additional money in your accounts.
Oh,
Where did I
good.
put these notes? I put these notes in
Money.
Notion. I hate you right now. Okay. So, Arc, you're going up by 800.
Okay.
Chels, you're going up by 600, and Will, you're going up by 800.
Very nice.
I have all the monies.
Penjani is suddenly a lot more excited.
Penjani's mood suddenly improves.
All right, so y'all get over to the the moving walkways take about 15 minutes to get y'all like over and across to where the theme park is. There is a short line outside. Did y'all go to the cultural one or the world specific one?
No, the cultural one.
Okay. As you get to the gates, at least the closest gate to you, you get inside and they have an exhibit about the civilization that's in the ruins near here. They were basically a symbiote race, or sorry, a symbiote species that created a type of android system that would allow them to survive without having to incorporate others into them. And they had a pseudo hive mind. They had their own individual thoughts, but they were also able to share that information freely with others.
Cool.
Basically a psychic type link. And it just kind of shows like the things that have been found, replications of like what has been found around the universe that's been attached to the species. And you're greeted by a replicated robot of their fashion. And it kind of like tilts its head for a second. Sometimes fabricated pieces are not as good as what you could do if you spent even longer trying to work on them and fix them.
What?
Welcome, Penjani, Bovine. Enjoy your day.
What?
And it goes off like starts like greeting children and things like that.
What? So,
Do you keep going towards the Calwinian section, or?
yeah.
Arc, your camera is frozen for me. Am I the only one?
No, it looks like it's frozen for me too.
Let me pull this up. Frozen in. Oh,
Oh.
and
Oh no,
There goes Arc.
disconnection.
sorry for the way it looks, folks. Losing somebody can cause that right quick. Oh.
Oh no.
Can
I
you
see
hear
what
us?
happened.
Oh gosh, formatting. No.
No, actually, it didn't do anything. I locked some things in, and hopefully I'm understanding how to do this better and better.
Cool.
Yes. No.
Hello?
Yes.
I can hear you. Can
There
you
we
hear
go.
me?
There we
Okay,
go.
Y'all get over to the Calwinian section, and there are there's a gym there.
Yeah.
The first thing that you're greeted by is a gym. And there's like a protein shake shop. And there's the little freebies for kids are like little Calwinian balloons, or like a Calwinian lollipop, like those 90s ice creams, like where it's like a character's head. But this is like different like famous Calwinians like doing different kinds of poses and things like that. Like famous Calwinian bodybuilders, famous Calwinian scientists. Like they have like a gambit of like all the different ones, and and what kind of rides are there?
So it's not so much rides as like a lot of the like test your strength attractions. There are some like tilt-a-whirl type things, but it's like single person only because when you get that much mass moving in centrifugal force, there can be problems. Yeah.
Safety first.
There's like the Scottish Highland strength games, like the one where you like have to
Cabers, tossing cabers.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's like stuff like that. There's like arm wrestling a mecha arm, like with like spare
Wow.
replacement arms like chilling nearby just in case.
You really are like all big, aren't you?
Yeah. compared to some of the people like hanging out in the area, I feel like Bovine is like not like on the small-ish side. Like, so when Bovin talks about the gains being life, like
Oh my god.
This is the cap. It's like Arnold Schwarzenegger with spotted fur patterns and horns.
So
Andre the Giant.
Ah.
Oh, okay. That one looks like it's just two people slapped together. That's not fair. That's not okay. All right.
You want to try one of these things? They're great. Showing one of those like punching bag things and like speed bag things and like other strength tests of strength.
So you're kind of near like one of the games, and like you see this person like their score isn't even like that high, and like 3 Calwinians come out of nowhere. You got this, bro. You got this. You're doing so good. Like they're just like they're just like like
We're a
the-
culture of
come from?
himbos.
there was zero absolute, like, there's no losing sounds, there's no like everybody's getting a prize as they come up to the games. Like it like everybody is just like super building people up, but there's like one Cowinian kind of sitting over in the corner that like is working like a Cowinian corn dog stand, and they just like they seem to be the only Cowinian in the area that's just like devoid of this excitement.
That is.
We're a culture of positive vibes and amping people up, because as long as you actually tried to do your best, that's all that matters. It's very disappointing if you don't actually try.
Oh look, a corn dog stand. Let's get some corn dogs. I could go for something to munch on.
All right, cool. Yeah, you gotta carb load in the front, before you do a workout. That way you get maximum gains.
Welcome to Carbs on a Stick. What kind of carbs do you want today?
Bread? Like a slice of toast, I guess? I don't. That's what I think when I think carbs. So I don't.
So I'm thinking
Is that a thing?
I'm
Wait,
thinking
does
our
it?
corn dogs are like kind of Korean corn dog style, where it's like you have like something in the center, some kind of protein in the center, and then it's surrounded by some kind of batter. But around that is like other things to either make it like spicy or sweet, or like more protein or more carbs, and they're like massive because they have to be.
Yeah.
So he fiddles for a minute and he pulls out and he's like, okay, I got garlic bread, cheesy bread, garlic cheesy bread, and super fire bread.
Super fire bread.
Bovin wants that.
Okay.
Wow.
I mean, I'm not used to just doing bread, but maybe we got
Yeah,
some.
yeah. No, that's.
Otherwise,
that's
I got
fine.
these. He picks up and there's like super like so the corn dogs themselves are like roughly the size of a Dairy Queen to go banana split container. Yeah, about like that big. And he's like listing off the different kinds of stuff inside, like cheeses and meats and things that can be added. So but I could just drop the bread in if that's what you really want.
Yeah, sure. Just I don't know, like just kind of like toast it a little bit. I'm watching my figure, and he's like, yeah, that's just get me started. I want to leave a little bit of room for all the rest of the good stuff.
I get it. You want to super bulk up. Those shakes are great.
Yeah.
Like just drops it straight into the hot oil, like picks it up and hands over the stick.
Fried bread is amazing, so like, yes, please.
Okay.
So do you take like an actual version of like one of your like the sort of corn dog things, or do you just want to try that spicy bread?
So just try the spicy bread.
Oh yeah, no, it's like,
I meant for Bovin.
spicy
yeah.
bread's an option. Heck yes.
Well, I mean, you can have like the outer wrapping as spicy for any of those, but
Yeah.
So y'all get a couple of spicy breads on a stick.
I don't want to
like-
make Penjani feel awkward for just ordering bread. So, Bovin's gonna do that too.
It's still hot. It's still hot. Yeah.
On your home
Thank you.
world, when you eat these, you can like feel like when you exhale, like there's a heat to it. But when you do that here, like a little bit of fire actually comes out of your mouth for a second.
Yo, the urban legends are true. You can breathe fire if you eat enough of this.
Penjani, it happens on your first time.
Prop game on point.
Oh,
Yes.
oh my,
Now it doesn't burn your lips or anything like that. Your breath, you feel like this warmth, and then you see these like flames shoot out.
Oh, that's good.
And strange
like
enough,
that.
you happen to see the that android from before, kind of standing off over to the side, and as soon as it knows that like you're looking, it kind of disappears.
Oh.
Uh,
Bovine doesn't notice this because Bovine's eating. And eating is serious business.
and probably having bro chats. Will,
Oh yeah.
That's
um,
me.
what doth you doing this entire time?
Roost is looking for some place to stock up on good spices. I mean, there's salt and pepper on the ship already. You can do a lot with that, but not everything. He's looking for garlic. He's looking for paprika. He wants to make sure he gets some saffron that maybe he could dry or roast for some stuff. He figures that Beta would probably like some paella or something like that. So
Bay leaves. Bay leaves go in everything.
Bailey is Italian seasoning, although I'm not sure what we call it here, but the
Bay
equivalent.
leaves go in everything.
Bailey is Italian seasoning.
You need like Cajun seasoning, like slap your mama or something.
Cinnamon, etc.
Okay. Yeah, you find a store that's like a cross between a camping store and like a restaurant supply shop. And you're able to find like a lot of different kinds of things. But actually, I need to run right quick. So folks out in chat, I'm going to put on a quick ad break. And so everybody, y'all are going to have 30 seconds to run and do anything that you want to do. Because you're going to be hidden behind an ad wall. All right, 30 seconds. All right, 30 seconds goes a lot quicker than I thought it would. I need to add the longer breaks here, but I am still getting a very much used to this new version where I have things like ad breaks and stuff like that. But I do like that what this does is it takes the pre-ad roll away once you run these breaks. All right. So yeah, you walk in, and there's a lot of things on the shelves. There's a lot of shelves, just kind of a lot of sections in the store. There's actually like a pond in the middle of the store, and people are like testing out different kinds of fishing gear and stuff.
Is this like a Bass Pro Shop? Because they have restaurant stuff in there too.
It's kind of like a cross between Bass Pro Shop, REI, and oh, my brain just like completely stopped on
Cabela's.
kind of like a Cabela's, yeah, and but then also like like an
Big Game Hunt.
yeah, like an HEB or like it's not exactly a grocery store, but like there's a lot of different kinds of supplies in there. There's another type of thing that I'm trying to think of that my brain is just like bloop bloop on. Restaurant supply shop, or restaurant supply store. Like that's literally the name of one of them. But so it's basically just like a giant store where there's a lot of different stuff that you can do and that can happen there. And like right in the middle of everything is like a miniature pond. Oh, sorry everybody, I don't know what happened. I see that like we're not visible anymore. Okay, I don't know what happened about that. I do apologize. I've got that up, so I was able to fix it. But no, like if you go over to like the kitchen supply section, there's people that are actually like cooking small dishes and things like that to try out a pan. There's tester pans that you can try. And then when you hit the herbs and spices section, there's like testers, and they'll come over to you and they'll be like, would you like some unseasoned fish or maybe some unseasoned, beef, or, and they'll let you like season it a little bit and try it, or you can take it over and like try cooking with it. So I mean, like there's a lot of different kinds of combinations. Some of it's only available on like certain planetary systems, and then there's like a lot of local stuff as well.
Okay. Was the Ironbound kitchen stocked with like tools and whatnot competently, or do I need to get pots and pans and that kind of thing?
Oh no. They have a lot of that, but they also have a lot of things like they do have a lot of pots and pans. So you do have some that you can use. But predominantly it was like to cook some ingredients and then you toss it into the protein bar maker.
Okay.
And then it would like process that down into bars to eat.
Okay. So was there like any kind of stove in the Ironbound kitchen, or is there not like actual heating implements?
Oh no, there is. There's
Okay.
multiple stoves and things like that. Yeah.
Good. All right, so we're good. So Roost just is looking for ingredients. I don't have a dynamic shopping list, nor do I think that you would want me to provide you one, because that just sounds a little tedious. What would like use ballpark the amount of credits to like get a, we'll say 2 months worth of like spices and seasonings and general cooking stuff?
So for the spices and everything, for about 2 months, we'll say about 50 credits for, like a. Technically, it will last longer than 2 months. It's a variety pack, basically. It's not literally a variety pack sitting on the shelf, but I mean, it would be a variety pack of spices and things like that you could get. Mm-hmm. Some of the stuff would be usable for longer than 2 months. Some of it wouldn't. Or if you want to go for a little bit like more, like specialty spices and things like that, some of the stuff that's a little bit more fresh, probably closer about to like 75. And that's cooking, nice meals and everything like that. Doing some stuff up for y'all.
Mm-hmm.
Why does that still say that? I have edited that 3 times. Sorry. It still says I'm playing Dead by Daylight.
I think Roost will go for the 75. Yeah, we'll spend the 75. Make sure that we get some nice stuff. Oh, excuse me, goodness.
Okay. And then in regards to like other stuff, like there was already a lot of like fresh veggies and meats and things like that on the ship already. So I don't know what else you would want to look for outside of the spices and herbs.
I don't think there's anything, so long as there was already stuff on the ship that, like, basic things.
Yeah, there's
Yeah,
there's a few months of stuff on there.
Roost just wants to be able to infuse flavor into the food aside from salt and pepper.
Yeah, no, you spend a little while in the store and you find a lot of really amazing things to cook with. And you notice someone kind of suspicious kind of wandering around in the shop. And that's when you recognize it's somebody that is from your hometown.
All right.
But they joined Ironbound.
All right.
But they're not in an Ironbound uniform. You haven't heard anything about them since they left town.
You don't get out of Ironbound when you join. It's not a thing.
Not really. Not unless you get kicked out.
I noticed them. So what's suspicious about them? Are they like watching me and pretending like they're not watching me?
Actually, they're watching somebody else. They're like darting between the aisles. They're this person like goes over to like watch some people cooking. And they're like immediately behind, taking a look, like just like from just a little bit of ways. And as soon as that person like starts to turn or anything like that, they immediately like duck down. And at one point they even like jump in a tent that's set up.
Who's this person that they're watching?
Somebody in an HII uniform. A younger gentleman.
Is he wearing cargo shorts?
That was cargo pants.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Does he have a mangled left leg?
No.
He died, I think.
No, he has a HII uniform on, but it's not like the security ones. And while you can't read it, like their pronouns are bigger than their name on those uniforms, and so you can see his pronouns, but you can't see his name. And the little icon that's next to it is like the universal icon for science.
What's this guy doing? What are his pronouns? What are their pronouns? I suppose that's very assumative.
The one from your village?
No. The guy that the HII individual.
Oh, he, him. That's what I'm saying. Like, yeah, you know. His,
oh, gotcha. Okay,
I
wanted to make it sure. Okay, I'm gonna go up to the HII guy. What's he? Well, I'm not gonna like immediately approach him. What is he doing in the store? Is there like something he's looking at right now?
So right now, what he's doing is he's watching as people cook. He'll go grab spices, and if somebody comes over, he'll be like, "Would you do this? Would you try this spice? I just want to smell it." And so like it there's a lot of back and forth on kind of like it doesn't seem like he's actually he's trying things out without doing it himself. He's having a lot of people do things. But right now, more specifically, he's got some spices in his hands, and he's having people add them to different kinds of like meats and vegetables.
All right, what would Roost do in this situation? I can think of 3 things. Roost wants to. Roost really wants to address this HII guy and ask him, or I'll inform him that he's being watched, but he also doesn't want to come into the attention of this, what he assumes is an undercover ironbound individual. He recognizes him, but if he's ironbound, he doesn't trust him. So Roost, I think, is just going to finish his purchase and head out of the building and try to hit up Penjani on the comms.
Okay. So about the point that you see that about that point that you see that I forgot what they were. The android. You get a call on your communications, Penjani.
So as I am fast walking down the road, back in the direction of the amusement park area, I saw somebody that I knew from my home planet, somebody who I know went to join Ironbound.
That's not good.
I don't feel like they were here for us. They're watching somebody else. They're following some HII science head.
Oh, okay.
They're distracted, but I don't want to be drawing unnecessary attention. I got what I needed, so if y'all have had your fun, I think I'm ready for us to head out of here.
Yo, we got spicy bread.
Yeah.
I'm very happy for you.
Yeah. Sure. The robot, the android we were talking, the android's looking at us funny, but other than that, we should be good. So yeah, I'm ready to go.
Android's looking at you funny. Sure, I can meet you, or can we meet back at the ship? Are you concerned?
No, I think we should be fine. We are just kind of, I don't know, maybe honestly, these are probably some of the nicest, most encouraging people I've ever met. So I think we'll be okay.
All right. Well, I'll see you back at the ship then.
All right, yeah.
And then that's what Roost is going to do. He's going to head back and get the ship ready for takeoff. Up to the extent of his knowledge. There's some things that he doesn't necessarily... I mean, he can pilot, technically. Like, I've got, like, 1 skill point in piloting, I think. But he's not going to overstep what Bovine would do.
Okay. So
besides, to reach the controls, he'd have to like tilt the seat forward, and then Bovine would have to tilt the seat back, and it'd be a whole thing.
So you actually wait a little bit longer than expected for the fresh spices and everything to be delivered to you. The containers of them are actually a little bit bigger, but that's because some of the stuff is like very large. Like there's a lot of different ways to use the roots, or the spices. Like you have to grind them up yourself, some of them, and things like that. But you're able to get some of the systems up and running and ready and waiting. What do y'all do after receiving that call?
All right. Well, we can head out if you want, Bovine. But if you need to do anything else, I mean, it's not my thing, but I get it.
Oh man, you should try this thing over here. Come here. I'm gonna show you. I'm taking him to one of the spinny things. There's a spinny thing that also does this thing. It's called cow tipping.
Okay.
Yeah, we're gonna get on this. It's gonna be great. It's gonna blow your mind.
Okay. Sure. Let's get on. All right. Sure. And he just goes along with it.
most of the Cowanian theme park rides do not require electricity to operate. They have a manual operating system. So, like, there's a crank, and there's a Cowanian cranking the crank to make it go.
All right.
And it's intense.
That sounds like it is intense.
It's loud and it's jerky because even though it's consistent, the amount, like the size of the mechanics that you need to make something like this go is just going to be awkward for the energy transference.
Oh, yeah. But it's fun for everyone involved. It's a good workout for the operator. People on it get to spin around till they barf.
Oh, that's going to burn coming out.
Yeah.
So you
Yeah,
can enjoy
probably.
yourselves for a little while longer. You don't happen to notice the android at any additional time. As you exit out and start heading back towards your ship, you get the eerie feeling that somebody is following you, but anytime you turn around, there's nobody there. Well, I mean, there's a crowd of people, but there's nobody that looks like they're specifically focused on you.
Penjani gets the eerie feeling then.
And Johnny is probably trying to figure out how not to get be hurled off of whatever ride this is.
Oh, I was saying this all happens after the ride.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. We kind of stumble off and are like, you're. Bovin's like, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, okay. That's okay. Let's go. Let's go. Just a little pep in your step. Yeah. I'm okay. Yeah. He just starts power walking a little bit. Just immediately regrets the power walking, probably, because he's probably not fully steady on his legs. He is not Cowanian sized, so.
Oh no, it'll mess up a Cowanian. Bovin's like kind of teetering too a little bit.
Yeah. So Penjani has no chance.
Rest in peace, Penjani.
So y'all make it back to the ship after wobbling all the way back, and you're greeted the back side of the ship because the hatch is sort of in the middle.
Away and wobble.
The back side of the ship is like full of like little like crates and all kinds of like it smells like there are smells that you have never smelled before. You're both now like completely hungry all over again.
Man, we should have gotten some of that bread to go.
Yeah. To be fair, though, until about maybe halfway through the walk back, I wasn't sure if I'd want to eat ever again. But now I am really hungry. Yeah.
Get your keisters on here. The sooner we get out of here, the sooner dinner.
I am a fan. And he'll hop in, strap in.
Yeah, Bovin takes his seat in the cockpit to pilot us out of here.
All right. Do y'all still stop at the? There is still some sort of like a little farmer's market going on outside the crash ship. Do y'all still stop in, or are y'all gonna skip that?
Forget Roost still wants to.
Okay. As you're landing, you specifically notice that there is a section of folks that are trading firearms, blades. Some of them are more tool-like than they are like weapons. There's like some farming scythes, things like that. So what do you do?
Roost is gonna head up to where they're trading around weapons and tools. And well, who's running this stand? Is there more than one person, or what do they look like?
It's a short gentleman. His hairline has been receded for quite a while. He's a human, and he's got a big all trades are final. On one side of the booth, he's got a pile of weapons and electronics and things like that that people have traded to him. And then he's got like in the middle fresh jerky, as well as cartons of eggs and like all kinds of fresh things from his side of things. And then he's also got like a couple of small barrels of cider.
All right. You know what? I think Roost is interested in a barrel of cider and a few cartons of eggs.
All right. Today is a great day for trades. What do you got to trade? What do you want for all that?
I got credits, or you looking for something more material?
No. I don't like going into the city.
How about well, I got this on hand, and I proffer the stun rifle.
Ooh, I haven't seen one of these in a little while. I tell you, not the prettiest, but these stun rifles will last for a long time on one set of charge. Now, let's see here. Walks over to the edge and hits a small creature of some kind with it. And they kind of sit there stunned for a few minutes, or for a few seconds, and then they kind of pop up and, get back to hopping away. All right. I could use it. I got about 100 of those little critters all over my carrot patches right now. So if I can stun them for a few like that and get them out of there, that'd be helpful.
My daughter and I would do something similar. She'd gather them, throw them in the crate. I'd stun them, take them out to somewhere where they're supposed to be.
All right, well, let's see here. Something like this, let's call it 4 cartons of eggs and 2 barrels of cider. Each carton of eggs is it's 24 eggs on a single carton sheet. It's the like stackable sheets, not like a store-bought open-close carton.
Mm-hmm. Well, I say you got yourself a deal. Tell me, do you know this crashed ship here? The individuals who are a part of it. Can you direct me to somebody? I don't know if I want to say in charge, but somebody who's organizing this little get-together we have here.
Well, this is one of the crewmates, Dart's idea. Kind of bringing some folks from all the little farming villages together. Short frog gentleman over there next to that Cowinian person.
All right. Well, thank you kindly.
Oh, and here's a little something for the kiddo. And he puts on top of it some of the some kind of fresh fruit. It matches the symbol on one of the cider barrels.
Roost takes a moment to look at it, miss his daughter, and then starts loading the stuff onto the ship and the shuttle.
As soon as you got off the ship, Dart remembered you. I'm so glad that you were able to come and join us. We have a lot of really cool things going on. We found out that if we trade, some of the things that we don't need on the ship, we can get some of the things that we do need on the ship, or just some basic supplies. Like the other day, I found this thing. It just made a bunch of weird beeps, and I took it around to everybody, and they said that they don't think that it's important. And so I managed to trade it, and get this. I managed to get this right over here. And it's basically like a tiny little droid, and it's like carrying huge containers back and forth.
Oh, nice. Bovin's immediately, like, the competition mode kicks in and is like, well, I could do that, and like starts trying to pick up some crates.
Oh, that's so helpful. I'm not very strong, or at least not that strong. I'm good at other things. But yeah, if you could just move those over here, and get them over here, and so like there's like a bunch of like, not only is it strong, but this little droid is fast, and so like it's picking up like a crate and then like running into the ship and then running right back out and picking up another crate.
Bovin's trying to match pace. Because
what's your movement? What's your MA?
let me see. My MA is... Where is it?
Towards the top.
I know. Okay, maybe I'm too far down.
Yours is a 10. Okay.
Where is that? I don't see it. Sorry.
It's at the top. Like right at the stats.
Yeah.
Okay, so look at what's next to the dice. Does it say Chelsea?
Uh-huh.
Oh yeah, so it goes character name, professional template, age, and then stats.
Yeah.
And then move allowance. Right under luck.
Yeah, that's where that would be. Uh-huh. Cool.
Yeah, so you are just barely matching pace with this little critter. And it is so short that it barely comes up to Penjani's knee. And it is able to lift and move just like you can.
Dust clouds leaping up behind them as they race back and forth.
Oh, yeah. Oh, 100%.
Yeah, no, Bovin's having the time of his life. This is great. This is the best day ever. Got to go to a theme park. Got to, visit a little slice of home while out and about. Now gets to, show off his strength and speed. This is the best day ever.
Question: how big is this crashed ship in comparison to our ship?
So it's about a third of the size of your ship. There's no...
Not what I pictured.
The launching component on your ship takes up and has a lot to it. But also a ship about this size would only be able to house probably about 6 mechs. So there's only going to be 6 mechs that would actually be on a ship about this size. The cargo area is going to be a lot smaller, but it also doesn't have, like, your ship can actually have a total of 66 people on it. Like, there's housing for 66 people. A little ship like what you're looking at probably has housing for, like, 10 to 20.
All right. So,
they can't see you, baby.
Thinking, I had a question, a follow-up question. I don't remember what it is. So, I am going to approach the frog person. Howdy there, you with the swords.
Oh, hi, greetings. Welcome to the Not Pirates of Sileni Farmers Market. Because we are not pirates. There's no such thing as pirates around here. I'm doing good. Wait, Where are they? They're not here. Okay. Welcome to our farmers market. We hope that you enjoy. If you would like to set up a booth, please find yourself a table that is empty or bring your own table and set up and trade and sell your goods. None of our food vendors are here today in regards to pre-cooked food. However, over here, and kind of motions over, there's a Gravix vehicle with like the hood off of the engine, and they're like cooking different kinds of food like right on the engine block. They said that this is how locals sometimes have to cook food in certain kinds of situations. It smells kind of good. However, I am not a big fan of... I don't remember what they called them. But they're small little snails. I'm not a big fan of snails, and they said that they're doing some snails. And I don't know what the other stuff that they are cooking is. But it does smell good. I am told it is delicious.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I'm actually wondering if you could point me in the direction of the manager of your not pirate operation.
Oh, I am the head of the farmers market. Thank you so much. I created this idea to try and bring people together so that we can build rapport with the locals and friends and get our ship fixed. Not that it needs to be fixed, it can go to space right now. We don't
Am I to understand that you are the captain of this ship that can go to space right now and is not a pirate vessel?
What? No, no. There's a lot of words in there that you use that we should not be using.
I said not.
Well, I'm not the captain, but the captain's not here right now, because, they went out to get some stuff, and you see, I only run this, the farmer's market. The market in which we gather farmers together.
Well, I happen to be a farmer. Do you know when your captain will be back?
If we are lucky, we will see the captain later tonight. However, if you would like, here in a few minutes, my friends, Darvos, and, hold on. Darvos, where are you? Darvos, we're supposed to be beginning soon. Well, they're supposed to do this really cool thing where they make things disappear from each other's pockets.
Sounds like a neat trick. I'm going to turn to Penjani, assuming that you followed me. I am interested in the potential of working with these individuals if we can help each other get our ships back on each other's feet. And I mean, if we're in the same business and if they are interested in doing something, I suppose, in defiance of Ironbound, then we might be able to pick ourselves up an ally.
I'd be okay with that. Yeah, sure.
Wouldn't be bad to have a second ship following us around when we get ours off the ground.
This is true. And, honestly, God forbid something, stars forbid something happen to whatever, to this wonderful thing we've got going on here. I would at least like to know that we can get off the planet. So, yeah, I'm sure. Is there anything I can do for that?
If you think of something that you think is worth saying, go ahead and say it. But I'm going to take the lead on this. Hopefully with somebody other than this Dart fellow. Bless their soul. Do not seem like they are capable of negotiating a deal of this sort.
Got it. Yeah.
Interested to meet this Darvos fellow, though.
Yeah.
Does it seem like Dart is finding the person that they are calling for?
Oh, yeah. You're pretty sure, because it sounds like they're having a conversation with somebody. I regret to inform everyone that due to the fact that our friend Kirikos left with Captain Yara, we do not have a fun little show today. However, Kirikos has decided he's going to open up a kissing booth for anyone that is interested.
Wow, good for Kirikos.
So out walks a overly handsome gentleman. Like the person looks like they are being airbrushed in real time. They just don't look like it's possible. They're just so beautiful. And he walks over and like puts up a sign that says "kissing booth" on one of the empty tables, and just kind of like does like lip puckerings like at anybody that walks by. And somebody comes over and puts some money down, and like Syracuse like assembles some kind of a sniper rifle from some items on, and like shoots something really far away, and then is like trying to like talk and get like really into like the conversation. This person is just like, yeah, cool, whatever, I got what I wanted now.
Okay, so that's happening.
Bovin's like, if you wanted to put on a show, I could do this, and starts just like weightlifting with the boxes and like flexing, and I was like, oh wait, hold on, puts the box down, looks around for a second, is like, okay, takes the shirt off and continues.
It's like, is this? Yeah.
It's like checking for appropriateness of situation. This is a show. Yes, shirt comes off.
When you're doing that, Syracuse like will, when you've got it at a low point, will like jump on top and will like French girl lay down like, hey, saw you lifting over here. Thought you were greatly impressive. I was wondering if maybe you might be interested in hanging out later. You, me, our faces, kissing.
Fast.
Bovine has to do like a hard reset on their brain because he's not quite sure what's happening here.
I'm really good with the words and the flirting and the stuff, I'm told. So,
How to tell if somebody's good at something? They announce that they're good at it.
Bovin's like, I mean, I have to see if it's okay with my friends.
I am totally open for a party. Like flexes, but like it's nowhere near like.
Oh man, good gains for a little dude. Because you know, Cowandian culture, doing the best you can. Good job.
He hops off and like goes around like continued like trying to flirt with people, trying to act all that. And it is not like it is not working for. It's not working on anyone.
This is not his community. This is not his crowd.
No.
Like, buddy, I'm just here to buy some tomatoes. I suppose that Roost is interested in speaking to this Darvos fellow that was being called for. But if he's not around...
Oh, no. I'm sorry. Darvos is around. Kirikos isn't.
That's fine.
So, Darvos is a Gurren, a humanoid beetle folk.
All right, well, if Roost sees him, if he's around, then Roost is going to go up to him and, well, howdy. How are you doing tonight?
Hey, I'm not really looking for anything, but Syracuse is. He's right over there. He would be, more than happy to hang out with you, go on a date, cuddle up
Please,
and watch a movie.
please do not misunderstand me. I am not here pursuing romantic interests of any sort. Uh, Ideally, I was looking to speak to your captain. Two of my compatriots arrived yesterday. I think it was yesterday. Was it yesterday or was it earlier today?
I think it was
Uh, it,
yesterday because we got paid.
yeah, it was
That's
it
right.
was yesterday at this point.
Yesterday and had a short conversation. I am the de facto. I look to Penjani for a quick second and like considering. Do I ask permission to say this? De facto captain of our group, and I was hoping to speak to yours.
I almost feel like that's more of a thing between like you and potentially Beta than it is you and
Johnny.
Penjani. Yeah, I think
They
Penjani's
just
just
not
like
here to have that conversation.
yeah, Penjani's more
And
like
Johnny
I,
I like
does not
how
care.
Bovin's not even in the running.
Nope.
No. Penjani is not captain material. He's not interested. He knows it. He's good.
Roost knows that Bovine has got a heart of gold and is incredibly good at what he does, but that is not leading.
yeah, y'all. Did y'all already plug it in and take a look at all the neat new things you're able to do with your pods now?
We've not plugged in the piece of hardware that was given to us. I had some questions about the conversation that was had here, but Roost is thinking. I believe that there are some ways that we can help each other. We seem to be in a similar situation with with your ship that can go into space at any moment and is participating only in farmers markets.
Yeah. That's a little bit of a
Tell
weird conversation you're trying to have here. But anyways, look, Captain Yara left her contact information on the pads. So
all right. I suppose I will take that information at your word, and I will leave you to the rest of your evening.
and just so you're aware, she's from one of the she's from the Salmarian family. So they're, even though there haven't been royals for like thousands of years on their planets, they still very much still act like it in some cases. So yeah, don't get me wrong, she's great. She just that'll
She
be the best way
expects
to.
she expects her due respect for the station that she believes she holds. I understand that.
Well, that's why she's our captain. She wanted to actually have a station that showed, that reflected that. So,
Well, if there's something you want, you should go after it. Good for her. You have a wonderful night. Darvos, I believe, was it?
yes, absolutely. Go ahead and give me a notice check right quick.
What roll do I make for that? Where is the notice button? Do 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 do. It's around here somewhere. Awareness/notice. D10. 14. Darvis, you sack of shit! You just took something, didn't you? Or he tried to. He tried to. That's an 11.
So you get this weird feeling, and it's like a real quick. He changes what he was doing. You're not sure what exactly was going on. But he just goes to, like, patting you on the back. Yeah, see you later.
And I don't notice anything else.
No, it looked like he was going to go take something, and then, like, you noticing stopped him.
He noticed you're noticing.
There's like he goes to pat me on the back. There's like 2 pats, and then there's like a firm grip, like just an unexpectedly like grip on his shoulder. I'm intending to inflict just the slightest a bit of like I notice you pain, and like give him 1 pat, like you have a nice evening, and turn.
Subtle threats among friends. It's fine.
Oh, I'll also give him my name. I'll also give him my name, and before heading off. Penjani, I believe it's time for us to get back to the ship.
All right, we'll do.
RPGHour, you're muted.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah, y'all get back to the ship. You unload everything.
Bovine unloads everything.
Bovine unloads everything.
Bovin's
Roost
exhausted.
lets Bovine unload everything,
but
but
Bovin's
he's still
doing it.
gonna do it.
I mean, but we've like the drones listen to us now. You don't have to do that.
Bovin's doing it.
Bovin's doing it. Roost knows at this point that he's just gonna let Bovine do it. Bovine will sleep better tonight. Both from exhaustion and satisfaction.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, Bovin's about to pass the fuck out.
All right. I think Roost's last thing for the day that he's probably going to work on, assuming it's going to take a little bit, is he's going to go around to all the mechs and assuming Beta and Penjani are also willing to like assist with this so that we can make sure we register everyone with the exception that like if Bovine is exhausted, let Bovine just go to bed. But register the 3 of us at least. Assuming that Beta put the thing in his arm. So that might be a thing to ask Emilio about to make sure.
Yeah.
But at very least, Penjani and Roost register us to all the mechs.
So it's actually even simpler. Basically, all you have to do is just go into the mech bays and sync them up to the security database. And you don't even need to make a roll for it. And you'll actually be able to lock down. We'll say you lock down 9 of them, except for the one that Beta has kind of taken a liking to. And if Emilio decides to also get the chip, then we'll lock that one down as well. But otherwise, it will require one of the chips in one of y'all to operate those 9 others.
Okay. Well, then if that's easy, then I think Roost will actually get inside one of the bulk mechs with the repair kits and go out and start trying to work on repairs assist the drones with repairs on the ships if that's something I can do.
Oh, absolutely. You'll program. I take it you'll also program that the drones were only programmed for a few hours of work. So I take it you'll program them for some more work.
Mm-hmm.
Are you going to put both of them on repairs, or are you going to only put one?
I think for now we'll put both of them on repair.
Okay. So both drones are going to be on repair along with one of the Enforcer class mechs. What does Penjani do for the rest of the night?
Penjani's probably also pretty tired, so he will not stay up too long. But he'll probably take some time to like get one of those. So now that they're free and clear, I believe, he will pick out one of the other large rooms up top, not the one that Bovine was was eyeing. but one of the other ones, and just walk in and kind of like take a look at it and just like sweep all of the personal effects like off and into a bin. And just you clear out the
Nothing
closet
personal.
and stuff. Yeah.
I do have a question about the rooms actually.
Yeah.
So now that they're open, and they have probably personal effects in there, given the previous occupants of said rooms, would there be any neat stuff in there? Like useful, neat things?
I don't know that I would say useful, but neat stuff, yeah. The previous captain, um, inside of his room, is a collection of blades and handguns and some rifles that are not in the weapons room. Um, these are not ironbound standard. These aren't made by Ironbound. These are from other companies, and they're not anything special, but they're not the normal state of things. Um, there is another gentleman. It says that his name is. Oh no! Since you wiped them from the system, the captain is the only one that you'd actually be able to know. Everyone else, you're just not kind of sure. There is another one that there's no bed in the room. It's more like where the bed would be. It's more like a pile of synthetic leaves and stuff like that. It kind of looks like some kind of a nest or something. But there's like wing polish on a on like a shelf, and there's actually like a couple of kits in there for like smoke bombs and things like that, like for trying to like avoid detection and stuff like that, as well as like some very interesting weaponry that's not normally found in these parts. In another one of them, Beta feels very at home. Like this room has like very much a like you would expect it to be Beta's room in the first place. In another one of the rooms, like as you open the door, like alarms start going off because it is not an oxygen-based environment in that room. And then the last of the other rooms, they're like it's extremely hot in this room. And there's like a couple of like traditional like photos sitting out, but they're all of like these giant eggs. So I don't know if that's like neat enough for you or anything, or
Yeah, that's good.
anything else that you want to do, Bovine?
Bovin's really tired, but Bovin knows that when you're really tired, you should really like, especially if you've been like doing a lot of physical activity, you should probably eat something. So like, Bovin's
That's
gonna
right.
make a snack.
Bovine, or sorry, Roost spaced on making dinner. He's a bit distracted.
That's okay. Bovin's gonna make some like abomination in the kitchen.
Plenty of stuff to make an abomination with.
You know, making sure that all the bases are covered: protein, carbs, healthy fats.
So
Throw it in a blender.
y'all walk in, and it looks like Bovine is eating sorbet, but it smells like a steakhouse in here.
Is it just because he's sweating?
No, when you kind of like step over to look and ask like what flavor it is, you realize that like whatever they're eating is not sorbet. Like, run. It is not sorbet.
It's like protein mush.
And he
But it's
used an
tasty
ice cream
protein
scoop
mush.
to put it in the bowl.
No. He's using an ice cream scoop to eat it. Like, big mixing bowl, ice cream scoop to eat. Like, not even sitting down, just kind of standing in the kitchen. Again, Bovine was by himself, so Bovine said shirt optional, but apron necessary, because when you're cooking, you should at least wear some sort of covering. So, like, apron, found a chef's hat somewhere, no shirt, big mixing bowl and ice cream scoop, just eating.
This is somebody's thing, I'm just going to say.
Bovine fan art. Do at me, please.
Gosh.
All right, I think that's everything for today. So if y'all want to go ahead and do your outros, we'll do reverse. Arc, Mrs. Will, me. And hope y'all enjoy the rest of your 4th of July weekend. But go ahead with your outros.
All right. Reverse order means I am up first. Hi, I am Ark. He, him. I am a variety streamer on Twitch. I also play in fine games such as this one. So you can definitely catch me here on Saturdays. If you're not already following, I don't know why, but do it. I also stream 3 times a week on Twitch over at my channel, twitch.tv/ArcDragonBreath. I will actually be streaming in about an hour, give or take. So at 8 o'clock, you can hit me up if you're interested. I just started Tales of Berseria, which is a good game, but it is, I will say though, it is definitely, it can be rough at points. So just making sure that people know, like, I do have content warnings and stuff set up. So please, like, if you're going to pop in and check the chat, make sure you're okay. But as long as you're okay, it's a great game. I'd love to have you join me.
That's me, my turn now. I'm Mrs. RPGHour, and you can find me on Twitter at Our Adventures. Our Adventures is a one-shot show podcast where we kind of do round robin DMing or jamming to try out a bunch of really cool indie systems. We're constantly looking for people to play and run different games. So if you're interested, you can check us out. There's a channel for us on the RPGHour Gilded server. Or you can DM me on Twitter and I can send you a link. Yeah.
Hi, I have been Will. My pronouns are he, him. You can find me on Twitter at William C. Allen and on YouTube at why can't roll a will save. Lost the phrase for a second. Where I do Pokemon draft content. You can also find me on the DMs Guild. I am one of the writers of the platinum best-selling first edition of the Eat the Rich anthology. You can and should check out the other editions that are on Drive-Thru RPG. And thank you for watching.
This is Mekton Heist, a Mekton Zeta actual play. It's a part of the RPGHour Studios. This is a part of our what is currently being called our short runs. We will run games for a short period of time, once a week, for about 3 hours at a time. This is the first one. I don't know that we're going to be able to get to a second one this year, but in 2022, we are shooting for 4 of these. We're going to do them in 3-month bursts, so to speak. We also have other shows. Our podcasts are Our Adventures, RPGHour, and Star Wars Legacies. Our other actual plays, Routes Unknown is a supernatural queer show using Monster of the Week. It restarts Actually, next Wednesday is going to be season 2. We are debuting with a new cast member as well. And then on Mondays Mondays and Fridays, I do game dev stuff where either other people join me and we talk about different TTRPG stuff, or I work on my latest game, or our latest game. I do the mechanics side of things on a lot of games, and Mrs. comes up with the concepts, is how a lot of that game design works. And all of that is now under, that's also the other announcement. RPGHour Studios is just strictly going to be streaming and podcasting. All of our game development is now under Dead Coast Games. On occasion, we are going to have streams of Dead Coast games on RPGHour Studios, facilitating that through here. If you are interested in playing some of the games that we make, right now, if you go to rpghour.itch.io, you can see 2 of the games that are out, 2 of the games that are upcoming, and we also have some. I joined a game jam, and I'm taking one of the ideas that we came up with, and I am forcing that through to things to try and get it, because I had to rewrite a bunch of stuff for this game. So I am trying to make sure that I have touched everything. When you got a lot of stuff to try and talk about, it can be a headache. Also, because I accidentally threw out the sheet that had all of my, like, what I need to say. I think that is everything. So until the dice roll again, y'all enjoy your weekend.